What's up, y'all? This is the Heavy Handed Edition. I'm your host, Heavy Handed J. Y'all know the money. Y'all know the motto. Let's get this fucking money. But here's what we're talking about, man. It's not your normal. It's not your normal pod today. It's not your normal show today. It's one of them real ones. Here on the Heavy Handed Edition, we're gonna have all kind of conversations. You feel me? And one we having today, basically love and marriage and children. My best friend, he'll be joining me. He called me today. He had an issue at home. You know what I'm saying? Something I've been through myself. And we just wanted to vent, put the real shit out there. You feel me? That day-to-day life in the household with the wife, with the kids, and what all that's about. And we ain't gonna sugarcoat a goddamn thing. You feel me? So we gonna have a real life conversation. What this life with these kids and this wifey about, and the struggles that go into it, and some of the surprises that might come along the way. You know what I mean? So we gonna be digging in, man. You know, my boy called me today. He's a little frustrated. He and I we lean on each other for kind of support in that regard. You know what I mean? I think every man, a lot of times, men, we can isolate ourselves and not have nobody to talk to, man. And sometimes you embarrassed to cover some of these topics. Let's be honest. You going through something with your wife. Um, it's a lot of things that could be happening. Let's just keep it a bean. A lot of things that could be happening. Y'all getting into arguments. Y'all not having sex as much as you used to. Um, Something going on at work. The kids is just doing what the kids do. So it's a lot of things that can be happening up under this roof in everybody's household. And I think that we all need somebody to be able to keep it 100 with. You know, this part of the Heavy Handed Edition show, we gonna call it the Keep It 100 show. You know, this part of it is where we just keep it a bean and we let y'all know what that real life about, man. We 40-year-olds. I'm grown. I'm 40. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Jeff Gundy over there from Oklahoma State. You know, we all know that sound bite. So my boy gonna be joining us. I'm gonna bring him on right now. This is my brother. This is my best friend in the whole wide world. My boy Juan. We bringing him in. My
Oh
brother.
shit! I done came in taking a drink. My
Shit.
fault.
Hold on. I can't hear nothing.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Is you muted?
Shit.
Oh,
Nah,
hold on.
good.
I can't hear you, bro.
You're in the
Oh, that's
show.
me. That's me. That's me. You there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Let
You
me
got
cut
me?
this shit off. Hold on, man. I got all kind of shit going on. All right, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, man, I was letting them know, man, we gonna call this show Love and Marriage and them goddamn kids. You feel me?
You put
Um,
it you put it lightly. I feel like the motherfucking kids.
the motherfucking kids. Let's do it like that then. You feel me? Um, man, my boy called me today, He said, you ready? You got some time? You got some time to sit out a little bit? Because I got something to tell you. I already knew it was gonna be something rather heavy. And like I said, man, I find out a lot of men, we are isolate ourselves, man. Like I talk to like a lot of other brothers on Discord and shit like that, and they don't kick it like me and you do, bro. A lot of niggas don't got no nigga that they tell that deep shit to. Hey, me and wifey ain't fucked in 3 weeks. What you got any advice for me? Uh, they ain't got that. You know what I mean? Shit. So, we gonna pull back the curtain like I like to do on the heavy-handed edition. And let's get to the real shit, man. This to keep it 100 side of it. And so my nigga called me today, my boy Juan. Y'all, I want y'all to meet him. And he said, he came in the house and the house smelled like weed. So, bro, I want you to take it from there and let's get into it a little bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Little backstory, I guess. Shit, married, damn near 20 years, 5 kids, 2 adult children. with 3 adult children. I got a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old at the house still. So just to kind of set the stage. So I told my wife today we 3-1 right now from catching these motherfuckers, man. So we ain't had this just yet. You know, we done had a few things with these cats, but not this. And it's so crazy because they haven't given me many problems at all over the years. Little this and that, but god darn it, if all of them haven't fucking elevated and pissed me anyway. So my fault, y'all. Came in the house, uh, tree in the air, but my wildest dreams wouldn't have said it was coming from my house. So I went on to the room, day off, you know. So matter of fact, I went to the store. This how good it was. I went and got me some lamb chops, personal lamb chops.
Oh, nigga, I
Personal.
gotta tell you how I've been doing the oxtails lately, nigga. I'm putting them on the grill, then in the motherfucking pot. Now it's going
I
down.
thought about doing that, but I thought
Ooh,
about
in the beef broth.
yeah,
Killing it. I'm telling you, we'll get to that another time. But yeah, go
hey,
ahead.
but no real talk. That's a thing, right? Should we, you know, can we pay these mortgages and do all these things? So sometimes a good cut of meat is what it is. That's the
We live for a
celebration,
barbecue. We live
you
for a
know.
barbecue, don't we?
So I did all my ripping and running all day. I said, shit, I got time for my daughter, you know, school bus come. Let me run and grab me some lamb chops, you know. Let me personal lamb chops. Ain't nobody else getting none of these personals. Grab them, boom, boom, boom. So walk through the house, smell a little tree. I said, nah, you know, maybe the cat next door smoked, maybe something that came through. I ain't think nothing of it. Grilled my chops, turned on my music, I'm vibing. You know, I smelt it again. I said, now again, it didn't, you know, I left it alone. I went in my room. I'm sitting having my chops. Now at this point, my wife and daughter gone to dance practice or what have you. So she come in, she like, you smoking? And I don't smoke, you know, so no. She like, it smelled like weed in there. I was like, yeah, I know. I thought, you know, maybe the neighbor. So she walk out the room. You know, it's a two-story. My kids all live upstairs. So she come back in a second or two. Nah, that's our son. I'm like, nah, hell no.
Can't be.
Now, you know, this is our 16-year-old, right? Now, this is the part where I said, hell no, it ain't him. Because he can't be this fucking dumb. He cannot be this fucking stupid. There's no way. So I walk up the stairs confidently, even though the smell of weed is getting stronger, my nigga. I'm confident that it's gotta be something else. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh my 20-year-old son, he still lives here. His room is next to this guy's room, but he's
So
gone
did
to
you think it
work.
was him?
You know, I thought as I'm going up the stairs, I'm like, this fucker been smoking before he went to work, and you know, that's his, and that's extreme, right? So anyway, I get to the top of the stairs. I see my son now. My son, let me paint the picture. I'm about 5'11" on a good day with some maxes on, you know what I'm saying? Some forces on. I'm about 5'11". He every bit of 6'4.5", damn near 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
But he's 16. And for y'all who got a big 16-year-old or 16, you know this is a kid in the face. Now I watch my kid like try to sober the fuck up when he seen me. Like I watched it happen. I said, oh shit, this nigga's high. I said, what the fuck? No, I still didn't want to believe it. I couldn't believe it. Walk into his room. He was probably smoking some fire. Like it was some bomb.
Nigga was on smoking some gas. Ooh.
So he's standing up. I walk in the room. I'm looking at him going through these motions and whatnot. And so apparently, my wife went up there and she threw her hands up at him. She came to get me. She didn't want to deal with this. So he like, no, Dad, it ain't even like that. I'm like, hey man, hold up. Before you start all of this shit you about to do, homie. Right now, my level is here. Let me see if the camera can catch my fingers. You see my finger? Right now, my level is here. You fuck with me, man. My shit gonna be, I don't know if you can see up here. You know what I'm saying? And I look him square in the shit like, look, man, make a choice. The next shit you gonna say gonna determine whether I'm here or here. You know what I'm saying? He dropped his head and he like, yeah, it was me. Now I'm a pause there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a pause for fucking uh I forget the word I want to use, but I'm a pause and I'm gonna let you jump back in. But that's where it began.
So similarly, man, I got an 18-year-old daughter. And I say about 8 months ago or so, man, wifey owned to these girl actions more than I am. Like this girl shit, I'm not tapped in with. So we at the house. This before we moved to Vegas.
Mm.
Door closed, door closed, door closed. Now, I, like most people our age, come from a home where you don't get to close doors in no black household.
No, fuck
You
this
don't get to
door
close no
closed for.
motherfucking doors. But see, I'm not really knowing this girl shit. This girl shit I'm a girl dad. So this girl shit be fucking me up because I don't quite know how to manage it. You feel me? So I tend to take a back seat and trust wifey's judgment with this girl shit a lot. Um, so long story short, man, I end up taking the door off the hinges, of course. You know what I'm saying? The door in the motherfucking hallway. Motherfucker go to burning candles a lot. I'm like, shit, I ain't know you like candles so much. You know what I mean? Um, Come to find out, somehow wifey finds out she find a goddamn vape. She find that nigga. I ain't talking about no hookah. This the weed vape. This the goddamn weed vape. So, you know, I don't know how to properly respond, man. What I ended up doing is kind of
Wait before you get there, bro.
mm-hmm,
This the setup. This the setup. Prior
mm-hmm.
to this moment, though, prior to you discover candle, get shit off the hinges, could you imagine that your baby girl was in here blowing tree?
No,
Had that ever crossed your mind as a possibility?
never crossed my mind. My daughter, unlike your son, was very smart and slick about hers. What no smells? What no smells?
Oh, my son was a dumbass about his. Your
Right.
daughter was brilliant.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
son was a fucking moron.
No fucking smells at all. Now this is my baby girl, man. This. I got another daughter, a smaller daughter, a 9-year-old daughter. This is my 18-year-old daughter, soon to be going to college and all that shit. But this, let's keep it a buck. This is my one. I think everybody got they one. Now we can't tell nobody which one is which, and you can't let it be known in the
Keep it
household.
on the low.
But you and that one know who
Keep it
y'all
on the low.
is. You and that one know who y'all is in the house. Y'all just know it. So this is my one, this the one that gravitated towards me more than her mother. You know what I'm saying? This the one that wanted to play all the baseball just like me. This the one that, she's just like me. You know what I'm saying? So this my little heart, this my pride and joy, and we could say that about it. And so I could never had imagined in a million years that, this what we gonna do? We gonna smoke weed. And and so
And that, I think that my
yeah,
fault, bro. But the reason I asked you that question, 'cause I think that's the part though, like the shock of it all. Like you,
yeah.
time, effort, fucking you.
Now, before we get all into the nitty gritty, let's get to this part. When I first found out, I kind of immediately thought about me. I've recently stopped smoking weed, but I smoked weed for 20 years prior to now. Um, so I'm going through the process of guilt and all these different things because I'm just really hurt that my daughter is doing this, and she don't know the severity of it, and she's vaping with it. Now, I even was mad at the government, like I told you. I'm like, this motherfucking government, man, they done made all this shit in blueberry and grape and made it in fucking odorless fucking shit. How we as parents supposed to manage this shit? This is unfair for us. You know, back in the day, it's like a kid watching porn. I always use porn. Dog, when me and you started looking at porn, it was on some fucked up TV, or you went in the garage and you got your uncle's old sticky Hustler magazine, and that was your version of porn. How much gymnastics you got to do with these motherfuckers' phones these days and all the supervisions, and they still got apps to get around all of that shit. They know how to,
Yeah.
nigga. We was taking my daughter phone. This motherfucker had an old phone on deck. We take the laptop. The nigga had another tablet that we didn't thought we didn't need no more. This motherfucker, you know, you think you cutting them off on Instagram at a certain time? They got another way to get on the motherfucker. So it make it hard to parent.
Better than that.
I'm going through all the processes and the guilt and blame and all this different shit. But yeah, man, I didn't take it well. Now I don't know if you could possibly take it better because it's a man, a male, you know, your son. And I like to believe that the daughter hit a little different. You know, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I definitely was hurt by it all, bro.
So now I got a 11-year-old daughter. I got one daughter, and she done fucked up. She done did some shit, you know. But I kind of in that moment when she crossed the line, you know, I went heavy, but I didn't go crazy heavy, but I went heavy. But her mom went even heavier. And then I recalled a conversation in that moment that you and I had years ago. Well, just supposing we both, my daughter is younger than yours, but I think we're talking about your daughter and just kind of looking towards the future.
Oh yeah.
And just like, shit, what do? You know, you come home, some nigga in the room jumping out the window kind of thing. And, you know, neither one of us obviously had experience with this, but I think you said something that was poignant, just like, shit, man, I think you invite the motherfucker over for dinner. And at the time, I'm my baby's probably 3 or some shit, you know what I mean? And I'm like, nigga, no, you know, it's murder time. You know, I'm pistols out on this motherfucker, chasing him down the street. And so I didn't get it at that time. But my daughter did some thing, and, you know, I kind of went in on her. My wife went heavy, and I just felt like, damn, we might have cut off that channel of communication that you were alluding to back then.
Yeah.
So that situation, you know, I try to clean it up as best I could, right? But with him, you know, one of the things that that happened in this situation, because I told bruh, you know, before you do all your tricks and shit and all your lies, just understand where my level gonna get to with the bullshit. And he chose to talk to me about it. You know what I mean? And so I kind of had all of those things in my head, and I thought, let me keep it at this conversational level. If he's, you know, making the choice to share and not try to deflect or lie or bullshit me, then I got to give him a little something. And then in that, my thought was, I need to try to keep this line of communication open. You know, I need to keep him comfortable talking, because this is one instant, but he's 16, he's got a whole life, and I want him to be able to talk to me. Not now that was probably the smartest thing that I could think to do. But the reality is, you know, I don't really know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I could think of in a moment was try to keep him feeling comfortable talking to me about things. You feel me? Um,
Mhm.
but zero solution. Like, my wife was, she was pissing to the point where she needed to walk away. But when we talked about it, it was like, shit, I don't know what to do. I mean, we could take all this shit or whatever, but at the end of the day, the motherfucker gonna do what he gonna do. And all I really had for him in that moment was, bro, you gonna be a drug guy? Is that what we're doing? I had a couple of things actually, but I had that, and then it was like, and just so you know, my brother, I love you, but I have no energy, will, desire to go on a get you off of drugs thing. So if that's where you're going, you by yourself and you're gonna be fucked. Because my mind don't work like that. Like I said in the beginning, I got 5 kids. I got another one that decided he wanted to do himself, and dog, it's like, nigga, do you. Fuck from around me then.
Yeah.
I don't really have a whole lot of, hey, please do the right thing at some point. It's like, shit, you beyond the ass whooping. I don't feel like taking your phone is gonna really do a thing. That may be irresponsible, but I'm like, shit, if we can't talk it out, then I'm not gonna be your support system.
I told my kids, I told my daughter, your mother, I think she loves you unconditionally. And like, no matter what you do, she'll continue to want to do for you. I'm not like that.
It's not how I work.
I'm going to kind of treat you how you treat me. You treat me like shit. You don't respect me, my household. If I ask you, don't smoke in my house, and you continue to do it, we're going to start looking for some ways to get you the fuck out my house. I'm sorry. Maybe every parent,
That's the bottom line.
maybe every parent's not wired like that, and they want to send that motherfucker to rehab. But it's like me and you always talk about, nigga, I done gave up too much of the game for this shit,
Too much.
to ever feel like I left something on the table for you. Nigga, I ain't fucked abroad in over 10 years now.
20
Um,
years.
you know,
Shit, first of
hey
all, get
man,
your math right. Over 20 years, because
shit,
shit, your woman fuck around and hear you with the wrong math, you'd be fucked up. But
exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
God
Look,
damn. But
hey,
yeah,
so look, man, like, and this is the shit, right? Because, and I'm a look, I know I'm a fucking, what we call it, and this may not be appropriate, but dog, I'm a black dad. Okay? And I'm not the fucking nice black dad on TV. I'm the fucked up dickhead black dad. All
yep.
right, that's who I am. Now don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm a good dad and everything. I got you covered. But I'm also fucked up black dad
I
where
might
a
call you
lot
nigga or something.
nigga, like you like
Y'all niggas got to stop calling them boys. I'm a girl dad, so I don't fuck with none of that. I ain't never cussed at them. But all my niggas who got them sons,
hey,
y'all niggas be calling
look.
them nigga and stuff, man.
Hey, look, now here's the cold part, and I feel bad about it, dog. I do. But this is why I'm telling y'all I ain't shit. You know, nigga this cat got this was many, many years ago, and that's which makes it worse because he was young. Not this particular son, but another one of them. I don't remember what it was or how it was going, but for whatever reason, at some point I called him a dick riding pussy.
Jesus Christ, man.
And
He
I
did not call you. How old was your son when you called your son a dick
he
riding
might
pussy?
have been like 12. He
What's
might have
wrong
been
with y'all
12.
niggas, man?
And it's terrible, dog. And I wish I could remember the situation so I could justify it, but I really don't. But whatever happened and was going on, I felt like it was appropriate at the time, and and it was terrible, man. I wish I wouldn't have ever called that young man a dick riding pussy. But
Jesus
for me, when I think about it and I feel bad, I always be like, man, he must have been being a dick riding pussy because I wouldn't have called him that if he wasn't being actual dick riding pussy.
Oh shit. That's hilarious, man.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's terrible. I have no justification for it. But look. So what I was saying about being a black dad, I don't mean that black dads are like me. I'm using it. It's very general and bullshit, and so please, YouTube land. I'm not saying black dads are like me. I am a fucked up kind of black dad, and I mean that in the honest way I can say it. My love is just extremely conditional. It is extremely conditional, man. Like you said, mama, she loved you through it all. My wife get up every morning and cook this motherfucker breakfast. She don't cook me breakfast. She make my daughter a smoothie and cook this nigga a full breakfast every single fucking morning.
Jesus
Look,
Christ.
I don't love you that way. Fuck,
You
nigga,
better
don't they give lunch at school? The fuck? So we different in regard. Let me clean it up just a little bit and I'll move on. I don't really care that I'm like that though.
me
You know what
neither.
I'm saying? I feel like I've given you a great life. You've had a life that I can only have imagined and dreamed and hoped for. You sitting your punk ass up with a big screen in your room and fans and posters everywhere and heat and air conditioning, cable and internet and all this cool fucking shit, closet full of shoes that, hey man, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but hey man, fuck you.
I hear you.
I'm done, my nigga. That's all. I'm chill, but that's where I'm at with it.
Similarly, man. So when let's get back into it. Like when I caught my daughter, I don't know what the proper talk is for this one. I know the birds and the bees. I think we talked about when it was birds and the bees time. I sat down and had the birds and the bees with her. I spearheaded that conversation. Wifey didn't want no smoke with it. I try to pregame her. I prepped her for the conversation. I'm like, well, Araya, she 14, 15 now, maybe it's time we have a sex conversation. Like she can get pregnant. She had started her period at that point. Wifey really didn't know how to engage with it. So I was just like, I sat on down and said, hey, you can have a kid now and XYZ. But for this weed shit, I didn't know what the conversation was. Now, of course, I'm inclined to just start taking your phone. I'm gonna take your laptop. I'm taking the tablet. You can't watch TV. You on punishment. All that shit. But I just realized, for some reason, this ain't the one for that. This particular issue, taking shit from you ain't gonna fix it. This is a decision that you got to make for yourself. But I didn't necessarily know what to do. So what I did is just expressed how disappointed I am in your ass. And I will say this in retrospect, it's definitely put some space between us that that I know is not healthy for our relationship, but I just didn't have no other recourse, man. I don't got the template for this. I ain't got the manual for this shit. And so when you called me today, like you dropped it on me, you looking for me to have some dope psychology for the game, nigga. What I say? I ain't got shit for you, big dog. I ain't got shit for you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's a rarity.
right,
That's a
vice
rarity.
versa, right? So when we call each other and it's like boom, one or the other nigga usually got something for the other nigga.
Going. And then that goes back to what you were saying at the open, and I caught a little bit of it, man. Just having, friendships and people you can keep it 100 with, because it's important. Because you only got what you got in your head, man. You gonna mess up a lot. It's good to have a sounding board of somebody you could trust, but it's crazy because and look, man, my wife ain't probably gonna ever watch this, so it's cool. But no, I'm on the low and I'm about to talk a little not so loud. But so when we talking about it, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, man, I gotta see what my nigga got to say about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying not to hurry up this conversation, but I'm so interested in getting answer because I'm perplexed. You know, I love her. That's my wife. I love her. It's not. I'm not. I don't know, man. Please don't think I'm like that with her. But it was one of those things where it's like, shit, man. I got to bounce this through the homie real quick because I don't know what the fuck to do here. You know what I'm saying? It's so bizarre to be in that position where you're kind of like, yeah, I guess smoke if you want to. If you want to go down that road,
Yeah.
you want to be a drug addict, then I can't stop you. Like it's like so odd. Uh, so in looking for some direction or some hope, I get it. It's like, nigga, yeah, it's nothing you can really do there. You could take a bunch of shit, but you gonna put a low jack on this motherfucker? You gonna give him a drug test every 30 days? At some point, the onus has got to fall on the kid, and you got to be able to accept that this person, and that was another thing we were talking about, this motherfucker's an actual person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this person has to make a decision for their lives. Even though I want to protect you, even though I want to give you all the game, all the jewels, and keep you from bumping your head and scraping your knee and all of that, at the end of the day, at some point as parents, we got to accept that you a full ass person. And as a person, you
That's
need
very
to make
hard.
decisions. Fucking yes, because I want to just whoop your ass and fix it, and you don't do it because I said not to.
Yep.
But shit, man, you got to not do it because you don't want to do it, and I hope I'm not rambling, but this last point I'll make on this turn to talk is just like you and I decided at some point that fucking smoking weed wasn't good for us. That wasn't conducive to the fucking situation anymore. It was
Hmm.
a decision that we had to make because we persons, we people, and we had to make those decisions. And fucking looking at your kid and fucking understanding that they make those, this shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And like you tell me, like, you went through a thing with one of your other sons, and Sonny, the nigga told you, I'm gonna have to choose me, Pops.
Yeah,
So when we moved to Vegas, like everybody know, my daughter, she stayed behind in Los Angeles to do her senior year. Man, the motherfucker
yeah.
told me one day. So I'm thinking, Daddy done finally got y'all the big house. You know what I'm saying? I done did it for you. Man, the motherfucker told me, you guys got accomplished your dreams, and now I want to do mine. I'm like, oh shit, I thought I was doing this for all of us. I didn't know this was just for me.
But the
But
shitty part is your dreams is to stay with your friends. That's what you're
that's
talking
your
about.
fucking dream, is to be with them little ass girls. But yeah,
My
man, and I
my
just had
fool,
to.
my son shook me or even told me he need to fucking choose himself over a broad that broke up with him soon as he got back. So yeah, like shit's insane, bro. Yeah.
But man, well, so what do we take away from these experiences, man? It's like, and like I just said before we hopped on the live, it's like, I think it's as simple as our children are fucking people, whether we want to accept it or not.
There was a lady, uh this had to be about 20 years ago when I the first church in the wild, the CD, I don't know if you remember that.
Mhm.
And had a lady on there, her name was Danielle. She had multiple sclerosis. And she had 3 kids, husband, living life, but she had this crazy ass illness that was fucking with her sight and all kind of things. And she told me, she was like, and again, my kids were babies at this time. And her kids were about 16, 17, that age group.
Mhm.
And I was like, I had asked her something along the lines of, with your illness and everything, like how you kind of keep things cracking with the kids, or how you keep up with the kids. And she was like, Juan, at this point, fuck them kids. I done did all I'm gonna do for 'em. And if they can't understand that I'm going through something, fuck them. Now,
Mhm.
at this point, I get it. It's harsh sounding, man. I know. and it's probably a nicer way to say this, bro. My conclusion: fuck you, nigga. Get the
Yeah.
fuck up. Get the fuck from my. Get your ass away from me, man. I know that's the. Now it's nuanced, and it ain't as harsh as it sounds. But at the end of the day, man, nigga, I ain't fucked another broad in 20 years. Fuck you.
I'm with you, bro. It's like I done put it off.
What
I
you
done
want
gave
from
it
me,
up.
man? You want me to be nice about your ass?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm with you,
The
man.
fuck? Hey, man, do what you gonna do.
Yeah. And it's hard to
Hey,
just come to that
get it how you
conclusion,
live,
right?
young man.
That conclusion
It's
hard to
fucked
come
up,
to.
but get it how you live. You got it. You know, dog. You know, you and I, we both know each other's children. We know the stories. We both lived in a fucking next together. We partied broke. You know, we both bought homes the same. You know, dog. We know the struggle.
Mhm.
Dog, ain't neither one of us at any point was selfish. Dog, we had these fucking kids and these wives, and we locked in. And we locked in not knowing how to lock in. We not locked in without proper representation and role models. And our fucking role model was Snoop Dogg in the Dog
Absolutely.
Pound, who had a famous song that said bitches ain't shit. Okay?
Hoes and tricks.
Man, and God allowed us to lock in, man, and we bought into the thing and fucking haircuts and hair done and doctors and fucking recitals and baseball games, football games. Dog, all of we both watched each other do all of the shit for this kid to get 17, 18 and feel like they know everything. Look, man, fuck you.
And this the cold part though. We got to talk. When they tell you, my anxiety, I'm so overwhelmed.
Hey,
Nigga,
fuck you.
kiss my mother. Like, what you
No
anxiety?
anxiety.
Is this some new social media shit y'all learned? But yeah, that's where we at, man. That they got all these, they know about these stress relief beads and these fucking chime, some shit, that all this stress relief shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But
And so look, and I know we being very general and kind of I know I'm extra, but look, parents, if a parent catch this, look, man, all this shit new to us. It ain't, this ain't normal. Our kids were regular ass fucking fall in line, good kids. Never gave niggas no problems. This shit is some out the blue. Now, I have did a deep dive into social media kids. Watching them. Trying to understand something about the message that they giving each other. So I watched a young lady on TikTok. Like I went through her shit and watched her whole little. She got 1,000 videos. I didn't watch them all, but I watched a bunch of them. Because the reason why she had a video and she was like, she was upset and the video was short. And she was like, my mom and dad don't know how many times I thought about unaliving myself. And that's when the video ended. So I clicked on her shit. I kind of wanted to see what was going on. Now, as an adult, I'm concerned, like, shit, the fuck? So come to find out, this motherfucker talking about how they're telling her to keep her room clean. And her whole beef is it's her room, and what does it matter? Like this is,
yeah,
I promise you, this is the truth. Like this is her beef, and and so when I dig and figure out what she's tripping over, and find out it's because they on her ass about cleaning her room. Dog, I'm like, man,
pretty
these
much.
fucking kids. Dog, I'm blown away. Now, my son tried to pull that shit on me one day. Not this particular. So it sounds like my kids are bad, man. They not bad, but the nigga alluded to uh what he say to me? I'd start to get these thoughts And I'm like, what you mean thoughts? He like, just about how it'd be better that I'm not here. I said, oh, okay.
Oh,
Now when he said it to me, dog, I was like, oh, okay. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you in a minute. I was kind of, I didn't really know what the fuck. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I talked to my wife, what the fuck's going on here? What this cat about? So, I didn't really address it until he said it to her. Like, but it was kind of like because he wanted me to. It's a similar situation to your baby girl. We moved out of state, um, and he wanted to stay, and he wanted to go back and graduate with his friends or whatever. And so eventually, it got back to me again, like talking to her. And so I called him, to dig in or whatever. I'm like, so yeah, man, and I'm not gonna tell the whole story because I don't want to influence anybody to be as retarded as me. But I did get into it with him, and like, so dog, so are you telling me like you gonna kill yourself? Is that what you're saying? And he was bullshitting, and just sometimes I get these thoughts. I'll say this, dog. I feel comfortable with sharing with the world. Hey, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I'll say that. Fuck you. I don't negotiate with
so
terrorists.
what did you say to him when he told you that?
Fuck. Dog, I don't want to make because I don't know if it was cool or right or good, and I
Keep it a
don't want
hundo. Just
nobody.
keep that shit on. We got to know. Cause niggas not ready for their kid, they black child, to tell them I'm committing suicide. We don't know that from our generation. These Gen X, these Gen Z motherfuckers we raising is on some different time. What you tell the nigga, man?
I don't want. I don't want to be a bad influence, man. I'll tell you, I'm a fucked up black dad, man. I'm not a regular dad. You should not be like me. Don't do it like I do it. There's better ways. I'm just not for the bullshit. So all I'm comfortable with saying is I don't negotiate with terrorists. Hey, fuck you. Now, if you could read between the lines, take what you want from that. But that is my serious stance, man. And it was scary, dog. It was terrifying to some degree. And I knew he would I knew he was playing a card. I got that part of it. But it was just so bizarre, like, fuck, you gonna play this card on me like nonchalantly or whatever? Like, this where we going with it? And my black dad brain was not good for that. It was, I
Yeah,
don't
I don't got the
negotiate with
script for
terrorists.
that one,
So
dog. I
fuck.
don't believe I got the script for that one either. I don't have the script for, like, we come from the struggle. So
Yeah.
like if you get overwhelmed about whatever the fuck they be talking about. I've never, my daughter has told me, my anxiety and pressure and all this little shit. And I'm like, I don't want to belittle your life. I do understand that high school is a thing. I've been there. Um, but
Mhm.
shit, we come from the grind. We from the crack era. Everybody, mama, daddy was running behind some dope in our time. So their pressures and worries to me is like nothing. So I don't
Yeah.
have the script for nobody telling me no shit like that. I fuck around and be like, do it then. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking do it then, man. Here, go for it.
Hey, man, you
I
gotta
don't have the
stop it,
script
man.
for it.
Stop it.
I
Look,
don't have it.
hey, I don't either, man. And this is crazy. I'm thinking about it now. You're so much of a better parent than me. Um,
That's
and
terrible, nigga. If you think that, because I ain't shit. I done alienated my daughter and everything. She don't.
but look though, man, because I'm fully the calm, the chill I got, the patience, it comes from you. You know what I mean, in our conversations, because I don't you're not really a person to me. Now you are. Now I understand it, but initially is, hey man, shut the fuck up. I don't care about your little problems. Uh, you know, like that's my initial. That was my initial kind of thought. Like, hey, the fuck you talking about with those cool shoes on in the iPhone? Shut your bitch ass up. You know what I'm
Life
saying?
should be great, motherfucker. You have Jordans on.
Like nigga, I was pro wing king, nigga. Like dog, tell the truth. Only time I had good shoes is when you would let me use yours.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm saying, and
I know.
maybe that ain't a thing now. Everybody wears Crocs and don't care, and I get it. That ain't the thing now, but it's my experience. So a lot of that time is like, hey, your life is great. Shut your ass up. And so that's why I say you are a better parent because you understood that this is an actual person. And it took me a minute to understand that these are actual little people and things matter in their lives and I should consider
Do you remember when I
but
told
I
you?
feel like
Hold on, I don't hate to cut you. Keep what you going. But do
nah,
you
you good,
remember
you
when I
good, you good.
told you? And this one we was living in the jungles, and I was something with Araya, and I told you she don't belong to me.
Yeah, I do.
She belongs to the world.
I do.
This was like my little pride and joy, probably about 7, 8 years old. And I
Yeah,
told my nigga, like, he said something, I forget whatever was said, but I told you at that point she does not belong to me. She belongs to the world. Because I knew who she
you
was
did say
then.
it. I remember it.
I knew who she was then. And here we are today. Doc, she don't want, so when she just came out here this about a week ago for spring break, we out down on Fremont Street or whatever. I hugged her up. I said, you ain't had no love all year, have you? She all up under me like, grandma out, Jamaican grandma out there going ham on her for not making the bed, for being late. Like that Jamaican grandma don't play no motherfucking games. Hugged her up. I was like, you ain't had no love all year, have you? You know what I'm saying? And she just like, no. And, and I'm like, but see, for us, we think this shelter and this love that we've provided. I've given you a stable father. You have a stable mother. Neither of us are on no fucking drugs. And we both show love to you. Show it. We tell you, we kiss you. We didn't come from that shit. Nigga, I ain't get no kisses. Shit, I think my mom might have kissed your ass more than me. Shit. So
Shit.
we are insulted.
Yeah.
We are insulted some. You know what I'm saying? It's a slap in the
Yeah.
face for you not to want all these things I used to want and couldn't have. And so when you
Yeah.
talk about providing J's because you couldn't have them home cooked fucking meals when we was eating ramen and putting every seasoning salt in the cabinet in the motherfucking ramen because wasn't nobody managing us. So
Yeah.
we thought, let's make this top ramen with all the different seasonings and it's going to be better.
Better. Hell yeah. That shit was
And so
fire though. But yeah.
we provided these places for them. And like we both said, we done bought the big boy house and what the motherfuckers told us. Good for you, nigga. But it's time for me to do
Yeah.
me.
Gotta do me. Gotta do me. And it's you know, so I got a son that is, in college and got a son that's in an engineering program. I mean, these
Now
motherfuckers
tell
ain't
them who your son is, because I'll be telling niggas about my nephew,
huh?
because I do a sports podcast. So niggas know who your son is, nigga. Leonard Payne playing for Colorado State up there with Deion Sanders. Big time. That
Yeah.
nigga.
So, and I say that not to brag or anything, but I don't want to like act like these motherfuckers is dipshits. But I'm just my a lady pastor. I know I keep going back in the day, but the shit just start to be relevant at some point. The pastor's wife told me and my wife, years ago that and all these things they seem so insignificant at the time, but when it hits you, it hits you. She was like, just wait for it. At some point, they're gonna all disappoint you. And again, dog, you and I, dog, we know each other, we know our kids, and it's like we have good fucking little square, obedient, yes, dad kids. Like these motherfuckers would never do anything. I got this locked. I'm awesome at this parenting thing. Look at shit. I- they're never gonna do that. But it's just the truth, man. At some point, they're gonna disappoint you, and and of course, it's disappointing and all that. But I think that at some point, they're gonna make regular ass human mistakes. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yep.
And just because I ain't shit and I don't have no kind of patience for being human doesn't mean that you shouldn't have patience for your kids being human. I'm definitely not saying that. My threshold is a little different, and I wish it was like larger or whatever, but I think it's really them just being human, man. You know what I'm saying? Them just being regular people, experimenting, trying shit, fuck making mistakes and the same things that we did. I just happened to have no energy for it.
Yeah, man, I was privy to a college campus. Not that I went to one, but my boy did. It's called Summer Bridge. It's a program that got kids kind of like that are on the borderline of being in college. And if you participate in this program over the summer, you get to go to college.
So
Um, so my boy was going to Long Beach State. Now, we from the hood. So I was seeing shit. So, but when I went up to Long Beach State with my boy, I'm seeing all these different kinds of kids. And for most of them, it's their first time smoking weed. It's their first time drinking alcohol. And it was going down, unsupervised up in that motherfucker. It's basically like a fucking big ass apartment, and every room was a different kind of party. And
that's awesome.
well, I say it to say you at some point we're gonna have to let go. you know, whether it be 16 or 18, where when the kid goes off and does what they do, all we can rest on is the morals that we try to instill, all that church we took them to, all that shit we did, and we just gotta let go, man. But I do want to ask you, because we didn't get back to it. Let's get back to the part where what do you do? What you gonna do? You done found out he's smoking tree. I don't know. I never had a conclusion with my daughter. I just told her, don't be around me with your eyes glossy. I don't give a fuck what you do when I don't know what you going. I can't stop your ass. But don't let me fucking see you with your eyes glossy. Don't be around me. Don't come around me like that. If that means don't come around.
Yeah, that was pretty much the same message. And I mean, it was yeah, it was that. It was, man, just know I'm not gonna tolerate this. Your ass going, this. What I told him, and I don't know if this is the conclusion, but it concluded our conversation at least. I told him that, man, if this is your path, you might want to call grandma up and see if she got you. Because I fucking with you. I'm not about to be around here hunting you down, asking you questions, looking deep into your eyes and shit, trying to figure out if you high. No, sir. So if this is what you want, see if grandma got that for you. Uh, I'm sure they got a fucking 16-year-old home you can go to or some shit, but
Boys
I,
Town, what my moms used to threaten me with. I'm gonna
I,
send your ass to Boys Town.
and you know what's
I wasn't
funny,
even
bro?
doing shit.
I went to Boys Town. I was at Boys for a
I
year
wasn't
and a
even doing
half.
shit. For real.
You know, yeah, man, and so that concluded our conversation. I really tried to appeal to, and the reason why I went to this route is because he chose to be honest with me. So I tried to appeal to his sensibility then, like, because I felt like he understood what the lie was about to do. So I tried to appeal to that part and just telling them, hey man, there's a reason I don't fucking do drugs. It's not because I don't like them. You know, there's a reason why, you know, that I've done them. There's a reason why I don't do them now. You know, that's because it's not a good look. And you know, I try to go down that path with them. But I think as far as like ultimately, dog, all bullshit to the side, you fucking see if grandma will have you. Cause I'm not fucking with you. I don't have any desire to keep talking to you about shit that I have no control over. You know what I mean? Like, you pick a side, nigga. Blue pill, red pill. We at that point. You making adult decisions, so I got to treat you as such. If this what you want to do, just know that I'm not. I have no. I don't got it for you. Better parents than me is gonna ride the ride, and you know if you get deeper, they're gonna fuck with some rehab and all. Better guys than me. You don't have that kind of father, man. You have the kind of father that's so long, young fella. Uh, Fuck with me on the back end.
Dog, like you knew my grandma.
I did.
My grandma probably, I now, of course, I'm biased. I thought she was probably one of the greatest person who ever walked this planet still. She had four of the worst children known to man. One of my uncles just was basically a raving heroin addict who stayed in jail. My grandma was a lady who read the Bible all she did was read the Bible and speak in tongues and want to go to church. That's all she literally did. But she managed to have four of the worst children you could dream of. So, dog, I guess there's no, it's just life. It's just life. There's no
Yeah.
mapping this thing out. There's no guideline to it.
What's the
And
difference between you and me and one of the homies that's in jail for life? I mean, what's the difference between you and me and June? You know what I'm saying? Like we all came from the same place. We all was interested in the same things. We all
okay.
bought into the same lifestyle. You know, shit. What's the
Yeah.
difference? I don't know why God decided this or that, what I do know is that, and I think you convinced me of this at some point. These motherfuckers, people, man, and you could do what you gonna do. You can give them all the game you try to give them,
Hard
and
though.
you could hope that at some point they remember that and circle back and be reasonable people. People, God fearing people, good little people. But that's all you could do, man.
That is so hard though, man. To accept that is, and the point about grandma though is, and everybody got Big Mama or Mother Dear, Ma Dear, and however you want to call her. We all call them different
Is
shit.
mother deer a real? I've never met a cat with a mother deer.
You met a Madeir, ain't you?
No, I got
No
grandma,
Madeirs.
granny. I never got I got big mama,
We got a Nana.
grandma, never got a mother deer or a Medea. Got a
Yeah.
nana, but never got I even got a grand. But no, I never ran into a mother deer.
No, now June ain't them grandma was Madeir.
Was she?
Yeah, she was Madeir on
Oh
the
wow.
block.
Okay.
Madeir is, I guess, short for mother deer. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Madeir. But Madeir, and speaking of June, and man, shout out to the homie. The homie went to jail at 16 and ain't never getting out. But
Mm.
nigga, look at the Gaithers. That's a notorious family in Long Beach. The Gaithers. You'll probably Google them niggas or something. And it's just a
Them
gang of
there.
treacherous ass niggas from this sweet old lady. You know,
Mm.
I don't know which Madeira was fucking. I don't know what my grandma was at 25. But goddamn, when I knew them motherfuckers, they were amazing church going women who didn't do shit but read the Bible and reach in their goddamn shirt and give you shit for the ice cream truck. That's it. But
There's a hope. There's a hope, dog, that as parents, if you do the right things, if you trust God, you try to live the best life you can, that your kids get a better shake of things. That's the same hope that I hope, you know what I'm saying? The reality is that, dog, my father was on dope most of my life. My mom had her things going. And
Mhm.
somehow God found me in that, in a situation that's not nearly as clean as my kid's situation. That being said, I really, truly, truly, truly believe that we only see what we see, man. We can't see what's the inner workings and God's plans for anybody's life. If we just get, circle back to June. I mean, like you said, his cat been in jail since he was 16. Dog, I have no idea if that saves his soul. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the caveat. Have no idea what saves a person's soul or what situation they got to be in. And I know that sounds crass because it's like, yeah, of course not that one. But at the end of the day, dog, who the fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? Like you talk about grandma, you know what I'm saying? I could talk about you talk about Mother Dear, and they were praying women that they should kind of have better children.
Right.
But we don't know if that prayer and that commitment, what I mean, that we see what we see, but we don't know if those situations actually made them what they were supposed to be enough to be going to the right place is what I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to determine that. If you want to get kind of biblical with it, then it's like, God saying you can't separate the wheat from the tare, or the wheat from the weeds, basically. The grass, let's just make it simple, the grass from the weeds, that
Mhm.
only he could tell. So it's that situation where it seems one way, you know what I'm saying? But perhaps this was the only way to save this person's soul. That is a hard pill to swallow when it's your kid in jail or on dope or whatever the case is. But it is a possibility.
And the thing about grandma and them, and like my uncle and them was terrible, terrible niggas, man. No, they were great, but they were terrible, right? Like they
I liked all them niggas a lot. Roger, I loved
right.
Roger.
He's great, but he was a raving heroin addict who didn't do
What
shit but go back to jail. My uncle Gilbert was the smoothest nigga to ever live.
man, that Gilbert was about the strongest. I don't
Nigga
know
would
that I've
walk.
ever seen somebody stronger than Gilbert in my life.
The
But
motherfucker would make earrings and walk a mile, make earrings from scratch, carve wood and all kind of shit, and go sell them. And like nigga had three family. Nigga had a family in Mississippi, one in Louisiana, and then one in California. Like full families with at least three kids. Like then left shit. So but grandma rode and died with them niggas. Like Roger be in jail. That nigga send that letter home. My mama got to go get everything on that goddamn package. We got to go get everything that nigga want. Beef jerky, or whatever type of soups he want, nigga tuna. She gonna make sure that nigga box is filled, and I ain't cut like that. You want to be a raving fucking heroin addict and continuously just go back and forth to jail, nigga? You better get it how you fucking live, bro.
yeah, end of the day. Look, I feel like I gotta drive this point home. And I know everybody hates that I drive these kind of points home, man. Not you. You know me well enough. But so dog, like, so say for instance, nobody ever, this is the only opportunity that a person gets to see me. And this is all they got to, and I get it, more of those cats, but I'm just saying for posterity's sake, this is it. This is your total clip of Juan. And you judge it, you make your decision on who Juan is based on this YouTube. You'd be mistaken. The depths of who I am and what my life is and what I believe and all of that, doesn't reflect in this moment. And I think that sometimes a lot of times, but I'll say sometimes that we can't see that next level or the depth or the full brevity of a situation with the person. So we're forced to go on what we can perceive. And I think that's that blindness of our human experience and where God is so dope. You know what I'm saying? Because nah, shit, I don't want to go off on a tear, but I think y'all hear me. What I'm saying is that you know, shit seems one way, but man, it could really be way more to it. And you know what I'm saying? Like even the ministry that we do, it a person could drop in and fucking with this message and be like, I ain't fucking with them niggas. They ain't real. They ain't really about no Jesus. They with the bullshits. Listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd be absolutely mistaken. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And
Absolutely.
so I'll leave it at that so I won't ramble, bro.
Well, I think that's God's energy also. You always talk about, you know, you said it on your last podcast, and mind you, my boy, and I'm also a part of. Our ministry is called the Wildest Flock. You can find that on Spotify, and my boy just did a podcast, and he talked about how God will try to get your attention. First, he'll knock on the window,
Yeah.
then he might bang on the door. Next, your ass gonna get snatched out the car.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same energy I think that we present with our children. And I always tell my young niggas, like, dog, we get a gift of being fathers so we can understand what our heavenly father is like with
There
us
it is.
being his children. And so
That's good work.
when you get to handle this child on earth, you're also a child of our heavenly father. And so this gives you a good illustration of how each kid is different. People ask questions like, why this motherfucker get that and this one get this and that. And so a great illustration of it is when you're a father, you understand each of your children. They're not all the same. You got to treat each one needs a different type of package to deal with. And so I just feel like whatever energy, and I understand a motherfucker looking in right now could be like, these dudes are drinking, they cussing, they saying, in a lot of
Fuck
words,
the
F they
kids.
kids. Hey, we sacrifice. Hey, the
Hey,
God, but
hey, I
we.
heard a white lady.
Mhm.
Look, man. It's probably not really that relevant, but I was listening to some radio show or podcast or something, and a sweet old good white lady was like, "Yeah, sometimes I just want to throw them against the fucking wall," and
Yeah,
dog, I think parents can relate. You know what I'm saying? I think real hardcore 7 day a week, 24-hour motherfucking parents is like, yeah, low ball, fuck them.
hey, and we preface this all by saying, I gave it all up.
Yeah,
Now what God do for us? He gave it all up. Now,
yeah.
when he say fuck you, I still love you like a motherfucker, but I
Mm.
gotta let you go.
See, I was really trying to not get too preachy on here, man.
Yeah, we ain't gonna
But
do that.
you 100% right, bro. Like, I'll be very brief with that. Like, yes, man. So many instances where God is like, hey, man, well, see what that do then. You know what I'm saying? And I agree 100%. This experience as being parents is understanding the experience of God being our Father, and all the things that we do and the disappointments that we create and the forgiveness that we need and all of that, man, it's all intertwined.
Yeah,
Uh, so that is kind of the reason why I feel like, yeah, man, fuck you.
yeah,
Uh, you give me a better term and I'll use that. That's all I got is say,
yeah.
yeah, low ball, fuck you though. Because I done gave it all for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you with these bullshits, hey man, kiss my entire ass. Is that cleaner? Does that sound better? Kiss my ass. I'll change it to kiss my ass.
Hey
Yeah.
man, I tell motherfuckers all the time that people and I'll be talking to a lot of cats on Discord, and they know I'm Mr. Christian, I'm JP the Christian, and all this, and I'm like, bruh, Church is for fucked up people,
Yeah.
you know. But y'all want to hold me to the standard that I'm supposed to be perfect. That's you, nigga. I never told you that. I don't think now there are some fucked up Christians. There are fucked up ones that say shit like you going to hell. You know, I know a lot of Christians that'll go around casting people to hell. Pray for
Yeah.
them. But don't put me in that box because I know I can't send nobody to heaven or hell.
Well,
Okay. But dog, there are fucked up people in every walk of life. But what I wanted to get back to, bro, before we get too far away from the subject, tomorrow morning, when you wake up and your 6'5", 16-year-old comes on down them stairs, how do you address a child that you are extremely disappointed in? And I know you got another one of them, Chris. Maybe you shouldn't say his name, but
good.
uh, like it's been hard for me to circle back around and look at you with that same glimmer I used to have in my eye for you when I know you about bullshit. And I know I've definitely strained my relationship with my daughter because it's
So,
hard for me to look at her the same, man. Because I know you on that bullshit. And
and
so, what you gonna do tomorrow
and
morning
and
when you see this nigga?
and so this is, and I think this is the key for me, and maybe it makes sense to someone else. I am attempting to learn from everything that you're saying, that I've learned, that I've seen, experiences, everything else. So I think when you asked me the question, the question, the answer came quickly, but it's based on all of the information that I've absorbed tonight and other nights and things that are consistent with what's going on. I think I'm gonna give him a hug and tell him I love him and tell him I know that, you know what I'm saying, people make mistakes and, you know, do better, bro. My stance on you continuing down this road doesn't change. But I do love, and even with Chris, man, like, dog, again, you know, maybe it's not coming across as clear, but I mean, it was 18 now, but you know, he was 17 at that point. And it's the same. It's like, I love you, man. You know, if you're gonna go down the road you're gonna go down, that's up to you. But there's no doubt that I love you. I'm just not fucking with that part of you. And I think that tomorrow when I see him, and oh, I know my wife is gonna halfway debate on making them breakfast and shit like that because she's petty as fuck. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wouldn't make
She's
his
gonna
ass no fucking breakfast.
I would have never made his ass breakfast,
Well,
but she's gonna ask me what do I think, and I'm gonna be like, man, make the motherfuckers breakfast or whatever, like, you know.
mm.
But yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna play it. Again, just my nigga, it's up to you. You know where I stand. There's no need for me to be extra. You go down this road. The fucking repercussions are clear. I don't need to raise my blood pressure or yell. I love you, bro. I am not fucking with that though. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I feel like my approach in the morning if I even decide to get up and fuck with this nigga.
Yeah, man, be better than me, man. My little daughter scared to look at a nigga. You know what I mean? I gotta pull her on in. Like I said, I had to pull her on in and shit and be like, you know, I still love you, man. And the love ain't changed. But if you gonna be on bullshit,
You on your own.
you're gonna have to do it without me.
Yeah.
Now, if we want to get you a savings plan together and you want to live at home for the next year, and we want to forecast your money for 6 years, so when you move out, you can buy a house. Let's rock. I got you. You know, anything positive you want to do, I'm 100% behind. But I did not give up everything I ever loved so you can be about bullshit. And that may be unfair to you because you know what? You never asked me for anything. You didn't ask me to have you. You didn't ask me to give up nothing either. As a matter of fact, I did that because I thought that was best for you. and now I want you to repay me by being a super person. Pretty funny how that works, right? But
I feel like these motherfuckers ask me for a lot. Their whole life they've been asking me for shit. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
hell
These
yeah,
motherfuckers been asking me for shit every day of their life. You know,
yeah.
the nigga who told me he need to fucking uh whatever the nigga said, dry begged on his birthday asking me for shit. Uh, you better than me.
Oh
Fuck
no, the
them.
motherfuckers stay.
No, the matter of fact, they can kiss my ass. I'm gonna stop saying fuck them. I'm gonna change it to they can kiss my ass.
Dog, you know prom's coming up. This motherfucker, man.
Oh, this your first time going through prom?
Nigga, yeah.
Oh
Now, I
yeah,
don't know if you went through it with my
I've
daughter's an
done
LA girl. My daughter's
I've
an
done
LA
two.
girl too.
We've done two proms. Prom twice.
Who
Yeah.
y'all got? Leonard and who else? Chris coming up.
Josiah.
Oh yeah, Josiah. Yeah. And them niggas kind of simple though, man. I know Joe didn't do too much to you.
Oh man, you know them motherfuckers get the one world, bruh. You know, I done paid for suits and all kind of
This
bullshit for
motherfucker
broads
told
I
me
ain't
she want
never.
me to get some doves, so when she walk out, some doves could fly. Want fireworks?
Oh yeah,
Just
we
for the
ain't doing no
champagne
dub.
party, nigga. For
So
the
the champagne party real though.
man,
So Josiah didn't he didn't text me about all of that. But Leonard, yeah, man,
little
that
flyer
champagne
type nigga.
party. He wanted it to be basically that we was the Gucci family. Or no, not even Gucci, Balenciaga family. And basically the shit was a Balenciaga event that he wanted. And yeah, ah, see, and I'm talking all tough, but I done did. But that's the thing about me, man. If you're fucking around and doing good shit, the nigga got fucking at that. Let's see, with him, yeah, got a scholarship. He was doing great, and so I got all of that for you. He was baby Valenciaga nigga, man. We did the work. So we did the work, but that's the thing we do the fuck. Dog, I built this nigga who smoked weed in my house. This nigga, I built him a whole fucking gym behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of dollars worth of shit because he wants to be dog. So and you've done all the shit. It's like if you acting right, we gonna give you everything. I don't know if I'm on a point still, but that is exactly why I say kiss my ass. Because, nigga, I held you the fuck down all the way. I didn't buy your love, nigga. I was there. I was at the shit early in the morning. Nigga, I got my ass up
Tucked your ass in till you was 10 years old
Saturday
every
after
night.
being faded after work on Friday. Nigga, bedtime stories, prayers, church, doctor. I done did all kiss every inch of my ass, nigga. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent. I don't even know
Tucked
what
your ass
point we
in
was
till
trying
you
to
was
make.
10 years old every single night.
This motherfucker, dog, this big motherfucker was in my bed about 2 weeks ago when I came home. Nick was in my bed, him and my wife, and this nigga knocked the fuck out. Big the dog, you come home as a grown ass 6'5" nigga in your bed, just comfortable. This is the life you live. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck you. Sorry,
Yeah,
man. I'm
yeah,
done. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Bitch
yeah,
ass.
yeah, yeah.
What?
But I mean,
What?
man,
What? How many dog, for real though, 16, big as fuck, in your fucking parents' bed, hanging out, fall asleep. You good like that?
yeah, we didn't have
I
that
wish I
that
could have had it.
comfort.
Wish I could have had it.
Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, but motherfucker tell you, hey, that shit was cool, man. But the homeboy in them, they way more lit than you. I'm trying to go see what they doing. And it'd be a slap in the face and you be insulted. My daughter don't want to live with us. We with too much pressure here. after I done bought all them fucking J's. Nigga, the goddamn Christmases at my house been some shit I ain't never seen. Like, nigga, I'm talking about
Gold
goddamn.
everywhere. I attested to Christmases. And y'all again better parent than me. I mean, this motherfucking. I don't mean to call your baby girl a motherfucker, man. I apologize about that. But
Go
I
ahead.
mean, this was the first kid I said with a ton of gold age shit, all kind of golden chains and bracelets with A's. I couldn't believe this kid's life. So I
Fucking
was like,
presents
damn,
from
you the A queen.
the tree to the middle of the floor. Presents just everywhere. And motherfuckers still want presents. 18. Nigga, you know, Easter. This motherfucker wanted an Easter basket. I said, nigga, you 18. But see, these Easter baskets, the one Sharifa be putting together, this ain't no regular motherfucking Easter basket. This motherfucker be having fly shit in it. You know, I don't.
And that's them shits like, man, you get the works, homie. You get the works. This what you got for me? Man. And I know the kid don't see it this way. I'm fully aware that the kid doesn't see this. But dog, it's holy fuck you, dad. I'm doing me. But still give me all the shits. But yeah, low ball, fuck you. I'm doing me.
Yeah.
Better terms, I'm sure. Better ways to say that. I am 100% sure. But I'm a fucking East Side nigga who fucking ran in the street barefoot. My lexicon ain't that deep.
I say this, man. I left home at 22, I believe. Never returned. To this day, my mom's still not 100% over that. Um, and so maybe she felt like that too. And I could tell you when I finally hit them streets at about 18, got my ride. You know, last thing I was trying to do was spend some time with mama and daddy. Last thing, nigga, I'm at the club, I'm with the homies, etc. Nigga, like last thing. Now, as you know, we just celebrated my father's 75th birthday, and I'm 41 years old. All that's mostly all I really care about doing is spending some time with them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so maybe it's just life and we ain't got enough foresight to know what happens a little later.
Hopefully. I mean, I hope to be, and I was telling my wife this the other day, my dad was on drugs most of my life, and then he, got clean, and he was like the best fucking guy, and we had about 10 years before he passed of fucking great relationship, and I was just like, damn, man, I hope that I can have this kind of relationship with my kids, like after motherfuckers get to live in life and everybody chores and all of that kind of stuff. The nature of our relationship was so fucking good, man. And all the water under the bridge, all the things that happened, it didn't even matter. It was perfect. And I hope, just like I got to grow and experience, my father on a different level. I hope that, my children grow and we can have connection, because it's a thing, man. At this point in life, I am the fucking warden of the prison, to them. You know what I'm saying? I am the fucking thing in their way
Yep.
that the obstacle that they need to overcome.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But at some point, just like with our parents, it became like shit. You the person I want to know. You the person I want to be close to. You the person I want to understand myself through. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that is definitely the hope.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, man, shit, we've been burning for about an hour and 23. Before we go, I'm gonna put you on the spot because it's interesting to me. In a nutshell, few as words as possible, you know, describe family and marriage, what it is to you.
Hard,
Hmm.
tough, worth it. Tough, worth it. Crazy, worth it. Best thing I ever did. Fucking driving me crazy. I have a hat on right now because I don't have no fucking hair. up here at all because of them. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, I don't think I could put it any better. I don't think I can put it any better. I mean, even though it might be the most, I guess the word I'll say, sometimes most unthankful thing. And I have a pretty good wife, man. I have a great wife who shows me a lot of love. Um, but there's times where she'll be like, "Nigga, what the fuck you? You ain't doing no more than I know. You ain't doing shit." You know what I mean? Whatever it is. But even though it might be the most thankless job you could have at times, it's definitely worth it. So that's why I encourage all the young niggas out there, man. Go get you a family, bro, and be more than a nigga just chasing some pussy. Because if you don't do this, you'll probably chase pussy to the end of times, and I don't think you'll be fulfilled with that.
Nah, it's empty. It's empty. You telling them the truth. You telling them the truth.
Well, bruh, I think that before we get to rambling too long and get to airing out our grievances, and we'll do all what we want to do on the side, but we're gonna wrap it up, man. I'm gonna like to thank my boy for joining us. We'll see more of him. Look, man, y'all go check him out over on Spotify. It's called The Wildest Flock. The boy doing all kind of shit, and keeping it a buck, man. We talking about alcoholism, goddamn, shit with the wifey, and just is really out there. So if you want to get a real bar of this real life, the shit that you probably going through too, you just don't tell nobody. This the place to do it, man. Go over there and check out that Wildest Flock on Spotify and get your spirit up. And let me tell you something about getting your spirit up, man. Like I said, you get smart at school, but you can't get wise. You get strong at the gym, but you can't get strength. So you got to get your spirit game up. Like if you don't got, I always say, I wonder, like, what is spirituality? And so there is a definition for it, but just know if I got it and you don't, that means I have something that you don't. So, hey man, go get your shit up. Y'all gonna be seeing more of my boy Juan. It's your boy Heavy Handed J. We up out of here.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. I end it.